Hello, and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, I'm going to show you a common mistake I often hear from Japanese speakers of English. Fortunately, it's a very easy mistake to fix, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it in this lesson. And then, hopefully, you'll never make this mistake again. It's to do with the word especially. Okay, the word especially. Sometimes I hear sentences like, especially I like action movies. That sentence is not quite correct. And the reason is that the word especially is not used correctly here at all. Especially has the same meaning as tokuni does in Japanese. However, in Japanese, we often start a sentence with tokuni, but in English, it's extremely rare that we start a sentence with especially. That's because especially is usually used when you have been talking about a group of people or things and you want to talk about part of that group more specifically. Maybe it's a single item from that group, or a smaller group within that group. For example, I like movies, especially action movies. I like movies, especially Terminator. You can see here we have introduced the idea of movies. So that's the group. And when we say especially, we are making the statement more specific. In the second part of the first sentence, we are talking about a smaller group that is part of the larger group. Action movies is a smaller group of movies than all movies or just movies. In the second sentence, we are being specific again. We are talking about Terminator, which is a single item that is part of the larger group all movies. So that's how to use especially correctly. Now there's another word that we use in the same way as especially. Do you know what it is? It's a word you have probably heard before. Particularly. Here's an example. I like chocolate, and I particularly like dark chocolate. Just like especially, we really don't use it at the beginning of sentences. And we use it to be more specific in exactly the same way as especially. However, there is a small difference. Particularly sounds a little more formal. But that's all, that's the only difference. Well, that's everything for this lesson, all about especially and particularly. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share it so we can help others who are learning English too. And if you have any questions or comments, please type them below. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next lesson.